Hey troops, GeneralJSmith here, back with another LEGO Star Wars 2015 Winter Set review. And today I'm doing it on the TIE Advanced Prototype, set number 75082, ages 8 to 14, comes with 355 pieces, and is currently retailing for £40 or $40, $39.99. So, yeah, straight away, I've got to be honest, perhaps that £40 price range is a little much. I mean, £35 for this would have been excellent, absolutely amazing. I mean, don't get me wrong, I was willing to pay this £40, and in actual fact, as I said in the Let's Build, which is in the description, this is one of my favourite sets of this entire line. It was in my top 5, maybe my top 3, but there's some really good sets as well. I just love this set, it's really cool. And even though a lot of people aren't too fan of this set or this Inquisitor, I actually think they're the best parts, and I really love it. Especially this Inquisitor's armour and all that, it's just amazing. But, yeah, really, so it is a great set in my personal opinion. There are a few flaws. It looks very much like Darth Vader's TIE Advance, and it's sort of that type of thing. Except, like, it's not as long that way, if you understand what I mean. You can't really see it from this angle, but obviously I'll show you in a minute. It's basically like a shortened version. It did look kind of odd with the box art and stuff, but even so, what I'm really excited about is the first ever TIE fighter we've ever seen to have these foldable, I don't want to touch it because it's pretty delicate, like in this mode, you know, it does fall down very easily. But the only one to have had these foldable things, like the Jedi Interceptors that we've got in the past. And I love to see, it's just me, I love just to see how, you know, vehicles advance and change, you know, as like time progresses, and how the headhunters turn into the X-Wings and all this stuff. I just love to see all that. I love to see like the prototypes and all that's in it. But anyway, so yeah, I think it's a really great set. I think it is worth the money. Definitely not the best, but definitely one of the best sets of this line. It is up there. I think it's really, really cool. But yeah, so let's just get into the minifigures right now. So then, on to the first minifigure, which is of course the Inquisitor, one of the best characters in Star Wars Rebels. I mean, Star Wars Rebels as a whole, you know, I'll give my opinions on it in my Q&A. By the way, leave questions down below, please. But yeah, so the Inquisitor is definitely one of the best characters, though. A lot of people are, you know, criticizing him for his lightsaber design. Yeah, I've got to be honest, I'm probably with that. I'm not 100% on the lightsaber design. I think when it's just single-bladed and it's not full circle, it does look kind of cool. But actually, I will say this. I think this lightsaber hilt looks cooler in LEGO than the actual thing in Star Wars. Because the actual thing in Star Wars looks kind of dorky and, well, it just looks like a toy, to be honest with you. So, yeah, but I will say this hilt, though, I'm really glad they gave it to us. Normally, LEGO wouldn't give us specialised hilts. You know, they don't really go into that type of thing. But I'm glad they did with this one because it does look very, very cool. I'm loving this hilt. Very nice. And of course, as you see, it's a double-bladed lightsaber. Yeah. If you don't know, if you haven't watched Star Wars Rebels, basically, it goes single-bladed, and it's only like one of these semicircles, and then the other one can deploy, and it goes double. And it's yeah, just watch the thing. It's kind of, it's not bad, I guess, but yeah, I don't hate it as many people do, but yeah. Yeah, but anyway, I love this lightsaber hilt, then it's really, really cool. Although, I've got to be honest, I probably like it more single-bladed, but it is just a really, really cool hilt. It does go on his back. Obviously, the blades would not be extended. But, yeah, so that's a pretty cool feature. He just walks along like that. Well, not literally like that, but, you know what I'm saying. Put it on the side then. So, the main things about him is not just a figure, which I think is amazing, but also the armor here. You see the armor. People have called him a ninja, you know, people think he's kind of look weird. And to be honest with you, now that people have said that, I kind of can't see it, but I think this looks so cool. Is it just me? This very much reminds me of Darth Malgus, and a lot of people agree that he's one of the best minifigures ever, just for that armor plating, and this reminds me of it so much. So the helmet, first of all, you see, that is, it's kind of hard to see. It does look black in the camera because it's very, like, dark, transparent red. You can only really see it when you put it on him. But that is see-through then, that visor. Very nice helmet, as you can see there. And one thing I love, actually, that's a good view. You can see it is red. So, actually, one thing I love, unlike Clone Troopers, where there might be a little gap, for example, you can see a little gap, you can see his skin if you look at the right angle. Here, you can't. See? There is no gap. It's all, and that's very, very nice. Very nice indeed. I am liking that. So that's very good. I like that helmet. Of course, you can't take it off. One of my worries with this, before we actually got the set, of course, just when we had the set pictures, one of my worries is the fact that this was attached to the armor, but of course that's not an issue. So the head printing itself is very cool. He is the same species, if you don't know, same species as those, I don't know what they call it, Utaparians? Whatever they're called. The creatures that were on Utapar, you know in episode 3 where Obi-Wan landed to fight General Grievous, yeah? He's the same species, but of course he's a bad guy, so... He doesn't have double face printing, not an issue. Very nice. We've never got the species before, you know, and I've got to be honest, I kind of wish they'd extended his head, because that species does have a fairly, like, tall head, similar to Coyote Mundi, but I mean, it's not majorish, I guess, you know, he still looks cool, in my opinion. A very worthy Sith Lord, although, technically speaking, he's not a Sith Lord. If you didn't know, he's a Sith, well, kind of apprentice, similar to a Sarge Ventress, but he doesn't, well, it's hard to explain, really. Really, read the comics and stuff like that, and you'll sort of know, like, where he fits in the whole sort of Sith mythology and all that. There are multiple Inquisitors, and it's complicated. But anyway, try and take his armor off, which is proving more difficult than I would have thought. Sorry, his head fell off now. You see that as his armor? It's not actually, it's pretty smooth, really. It's just the printing that makes it look a lot more 3D. But you see, of course, on the side there, you have the, whatever they're called, Imperial symbols. That's very nice, yeah. Not really say that, of course it is hard plastic, there's no rubber or anything here. And all that. Looking at the chest printing, or torso, whatever. It's hard to see because it is, you know, dark and black and all that, but even so, still pretty nice. I'm loving this minifigure. I've got to be honest, I've spent like quite a long time on this minifigure, but I'm loving it. This is a really nice minifigure. You know, I get a feeling that this minifigure will go for quite a lot of money. So, I do recommend picking him up. I guess, well yeah, in a way, I guess I would recommend this set just for the minifigure. I mean, I wouldn't pay £40 for him, but like, you know, he's a very, very nice minifigure. I am loving this minifigure. Probably one of the best of this entire wave, you know. So yeah, he is cool. He's up there. You know, I hope to use him at some point. And of course, he's one of the best characters in Star Wars Rebels, in my opinion. So yeah, but everything about this movie is just awesome. But anyway, that's basically it then to him. He is just really, really cool. It's kind of funny that we get a pilot with this set, even though technically it's his vehicle. But whatever. And we'll just now go on to the next minifigures, which we won't spend so long on. Next up, we have the Imperial officer. He's pretty nice. The printing itself is, you know, nothing we haven't seen before. This hat is pretty cool. We have seen it before. We saw it in Star Destroyer and maybe one other set, which I'm not aware of. But, yeah, of course, the main difference here is we've never seen it in this colour yet. This, I don't know what colour you'd call this. Maybe sort of dark, maybe dirty sand type colour? I don't know. I don't know whatever colour this is. But, yeah, so we have, of course, seen all this printing before. Nothing special here, really. I mean, to get this hat again is pretty cool, I guess, you know. If you're into your Imperial army and all that, then yeah, obviously it's great to get extra Imperial officers and all that, you know, extra Imperial troops. But really, there's nothing too special here. I'm glad they added them, though, because, you know, I think £40, and if we'd only got, like, one minifigure, the Inquisitor, that would have been kind of a bit of a, So I'm glad we got him, although I suppose I would have rather the Stormtrooper, just for the sake of having more Stormtroopers, but he's not a bad minifigure, you know, in any way. I like him, you know, I will add him to the Imperial collection, but I'm not so into my Imperial army, so it's not majorish for me. But even so, it's nice to have more officers, you know, nice to have different officers, because of course they're not like clones where they're all the same. Imperial officers are different, so if you're Imperial army, which I know a lot of you AFOLs are, then yeah, it's always of course great to get extra Imperial officers, but he's nothing too special in terms of printing or whatever. He comes with a little blaster, if you're wondering, but yeah, that is basically it then to our Imperial officer. Let's just go on to the TIE Fighter pilot, which doesn't really make sense because it's technically in the Inquisitor's vehicle, but whatever. Let's just go on to then the TIE Fighter pilot. Alright, so this is the TIE Fighter pilot then. Now, if I'm not very much mistaken, of course I did not get the microfighters, but I believe this is the same one we got in one of the vehicles. I'm not sure whether it was this year or last year. I know we got a TIE Fighter pilot last year. He might be slightly changed from then. I can't remember if we got one this year. Maybe we did, maybe we didn't, I don't know. But I think we have seen this guy before. or maybe we haven't. I'm not 100% sure on that. If we haven't seen it before, if there's something slightly different, then it's not a major difference. We have seen things very much like this. You know, really nothing too special. I mean, it does say on the box this figure is new, so I guess it is. But you know, if it is, then it's really not a major difference because I've seen things very similar to this. It's hard to show up on camera because there's just a lot of black, but you can see sort of the mouthpiece there. By the way, that obviously resembles the Star Wars Rebels Stormtroopers rather than the like actual proper original one from the Star Destroyer, because of course this is the Rebels set, so it is not a normal pilot. But yeah, he's pretty cool. You get a clone head, which of course isn't accurate, but I'm not going to hate on it because I don't see it as a clone head. If you don't already know, I see it more as just a trooper head. You know, like just a standard trooper. I mean, of course, all troopers do have obviously different heads, but you know, let's just say for the sake of whatever, you know. So the printing on the torso there is pretty nice, but of course the thing is, Lego faces a bit of a problem when it comes to these sort of figures because there's nothing really much they can do. I mean, yeah, of course you can put as much printing as they can, but really they're very much black, and there's not really much on them as such. So they can really just put wrinkles, you know, slightly different parts of armor or whatever. There's nothing really too special they can do with these sort of minifigures. So I don't hate on them for not putting a lot on. Perhaps some leg printing would have been kind of nice. Just some like little armor, like Stormtroopers, but whatever. Of course, that is an issue. The fact you can't see skin in the back is not accurate. I've got to be honest with you, I have no idea why they ever changed from those black heads with the faces are like printed on them. You know, the ones we got in like 2012 Battle Pack, you know, the black heads with the faces actually print onto that. I don't know why they changed from that. That seemed like a good idea, but whatever. But even so, he's not a bad minifigure, of course. As I said, he's not accurate. Like, he shouldn't really be here because this is the Inquisitor's vehicle. This is the one he flies, you know, similar to Darth Vader's, of course. This is his personal vehicle, so it doesn't really make sense. But even so, you know, it's cool to get him, I guess. I'm not going to complain to get another minifigure, but it was cool. I suppose I'd just rather had a Stormtrooper, but whatever. He's a cool figure. But yeah, that's basically it for minifigures then. Let's now just get on to the set itself, which is really, really cool. Alright then, so moving on to this set. Yeah, it's pretty cool. As I said, maybe £35 would have been a slightly better price. Because not just the fact of the pieces as like 350 pieces-ish, so that'd be good. But also the fact it doesn't really strike me as a £40 set. Like, for example, the droid gunship is fairly, you know, large in sort of surface area and things, and that strikes me as a £40 set. So this doesn't really strike me as a £40 set. Maybe 35, you know, because it is more similar to the Jedi Interceptors, and they go for like 35 and stuff like that, and that is with stuff included. So yeah, but I'm not going to complain. The Inquisitor definitely the Inquisitor definitely makes it up. So yeah. But anyway, so going on the front then. Of course, with all TIE fighters, we have the standard cockpit. This is printed. This piece and the top piece are the only printed pieces. Everything else is a sticker. Oh, can't open it now. Most times you just get a full cockpit piece. Like with a TIE fighter, you'd have like this full thing, which you know comes down. But this one is just more almost plate. You know, a lot more thin. Well, I'm not complaining. I'm just sort of saying. But yeah. You see, that's like a droid body with like this piece on, which is meant to be like on the control panel or something, meant to look at. I guess you can, if you really try, you know, put them in there. Of course, this is the way it's meant to open in the actual Star Wars canon. Oh no, it's not, sorry. I'm wrong about that. This is not meant to open, in fact. It's actually this top bit which is meant to open. And then he would climb in like so. I'm sorry, it's kind of dark. There's nothing I can really do about that. It's kind of, yeah. But, even so, you can see there, if I can try to get light in there, this is pretty difficult. Okay, that's better. Okay, so there aren't any actual studs in there. You know, there's just like a greater piece, and then you see there, that's like one of those pieces where the feet goes, you know, in between, if you know what I mean. I guess, so we'll put the TIE fighter pilot in here, because the set wants us to, even though it's not accurate. The Inquisitor is meant to go in here, but, yeah. And now he's in like so. That took longer than I hoped it would. And in actual fact, I did have to end up putting my finger through here and doing some jiggling about because it was kind of annoying. But of course, the actual cannon, this is not meant to open. It's going to be fixed in place. It's only meant for this top piece that opens. So, yeah. Or at least with the TIE fighters it is. I'm not sure about this set, but at least with TIE fighters, that's the only thing that's meant to open. But pretty cool. You can see him in there now. Of course, it is very dark. And of course, he is a completely black minifigure. So, there's really very hard to see him. I actually can't see my reflection in it, but whatever. You can't really see him, but yeah, it is very dark, of course. But even so, moving on then, the only other real feature, apart from these spring-load shooters, which I'll show you in a minute, is of course these flaps, and I just love this thing. I know, now, I'm a little skeptical. I'm not like 100% on the design as such, but I love the way that it's kind of a mix between the Jedi Interceptor and the, like, Darth Vader's Advanced. You know, the way that it kind of looks like it, except it's squashed down, as I said at the beginning. You know, of course, Darth Vader's TIE Advanced is really longer this way. And the fact that, you know, these fold in, I just love that. I think it looks so cool. So that's a printed piece as well, by the way. That's a sticker. That's a sticker. By the way, these are, well, the panels themselves are exactly the same, but they only put a sticker on the top ones. And of course, that's the same for these ones. Stickers. But yeah, just saying that these do fold down very easily. There's nothing, you know. They stop there, like they don't go any further up, as you can see. But very nice indeed. I'm liking it. As I mentioned in the beginning, if you put it down like that, you see, generally it will fall down. It took me a little while to try and position it. But, of course, that's not major. It's not meant to stand like that. It's meant to sit like this, you see. Yeah. But yeah, really, that's basically the set then. Nothing particularly more to say other than, of course, this feature. So, you do get 3 of these missiles, and they are red because they're bad guy. But as we all know, you know, it doesn't have to be bad guy. It can be red and good guy, apparently. They slot in very easily. If you haven't seen these before, then where have you been? But, yeah, so you just put them in, like so. And you can, if you want to, just push them down, and they will fire. Oh, nearly lost that one. Or, and I guess this is kind of cool feature, but, you know, it's not too major, I guess, you know. You see this thing on the back turns, and you see that it controls that there. See? And you simply, you know, push it and simple. And of course, it would work on the other one as well. There's 2, you know, because there's meant to be 2 things in the front. So, of course, it works either way. But yeah, you do get 3, you know, 1 spare, which is the norm. But yeah, really, the detail is pretty standard, I guess. I mean, there's a little bit of detail kind of here. It kind of looks a bit detailed, but, you know, it's pretty standard, I guess. But I like it. Yeah, it's a cute little set. It's pretty sturdy. I mean, it's, you know, not going to completely break on you. I wouldn't risk dropping it from a height. It's not the sturdy thing in the known universe, but it's got a, you know, a fair amount of hold with it. It's not too heavy. It's, you know, all good. It's really what you'd expect, to be honest with you, and I like it. You know, I think it's really cool. I'm glad they gave it to us. I'm kind of surprised they did, you know, especially so early on in Star Wars Rebels, but I'm still really glad we got it. I think it's one of the best TIE fighters. I mean, then again, I've only ever had one, so yeah, and I love this set, really. It's up there with one of the best of this line. But yeah, really, so I do recommend it, and let's just now go into the instructions, the box, and glue the review. Alright, so the instructions is probably what you expect, pretty standard instructions. You see in the bottom there, Disney, Star Wars Rebels, you know, very similar to the box. I have no idea what planet it's on. It might be on that planet, was it episode 10 or 9 of Star Wars Rebels, where they go to this planet where, Ezra finds his Kyber crystal, because it kind of looks like one of the temples. I suppose, spoiler alert. As you notice in the background, that's the ghost. Is that the ghost or phantom? No, ghost, I think it is. Yeah, kind of silhouette. Of course, got stars, the thing in the corner. Pretty cool. And actually, I've got to say, it's a little deceiving. When I first saw the pictures, and when I didn't see anything else about it, I actually thought this was kind of longer. I thought it looked a lot like Darth Vader's. Like, I thought it was a lot more larger that way. But even so. Go in the back. You know, standard win. Yada yada. Join Star Wars Rebels. All that. And you can win a poster. Oh, you can use that code if you want. You can win a poster of some sort. Yeah. Yeah, minifigures, very nice. See, the best minifigures have to be like the why do I keep saying it? The Inquisitor, Star Wars Ventress is pretty cool. I've never had any Star Wars Ventress, but yeah, maybe like the Lieutenant, just 'cause I've never had him either, and he's pretty rare. But you know, there are really cool minifigures here. The GeneralJSmith, I'll get onto in a minute, but you got the inventory here quite a lot. You know, it's pretty packed in to get on one page. But yeah, pretty cool. It does say the TIE Fighter pilot is meant to go in there. So, and 6 pages to build. Nothing too major. It does say at the back, like, it's kind of annoying where it says build those flaps 4 times. I mean, of course, it's the exact same flap, and I'm not going to blame them for that. You know, there's nothing they can do about it. It's just design of the vehicle. But even so, I'm not a massive fan of repeating things, even if they're small. You know, especially like the A8, especially the AT80, we have to repeat the 4 legs. But whatever. That's basically pretty standard structure manual. Nothing too special there. Let's just get into the box and then conclude the review. Alright then, so the box is, again, pretty standard. You can see that in the bottom, the minifigures. All very nice. Apparently they are all new, so that guy is new apparently. Disney Stars Rebels. All that, of course, is the same art as the instruction manual, really. You know, pretty nice. Those flick out. Flaps open. Both of those open, although technically speaking, only the top one is meant to open. Got minifigures here. Pretty cool. By the way, just point out, I don't think I pointed out in the review, you know, a lot of people have been criticizing the fact the Inquisitor gets his helmet, even though we've only seen it wear him once ever in the whole Star Rebels. And that was once when he was chasing down the ghost in this vehicle, and it was like for, you know, a very short period of time. Whereas with, I don't know, Sabine is I think her name, she has a helmet and she wears it, well, not too much either, but more than the Inquisitor, yet we don't get that in the set. So that is an issue a lot of people have addressed. But, hey, you know, I guess I'm glad they got it. Whatever. I mean, he doesn't have hair, so it's just, you know, what else would you give him on top? But, whatever. But yeah, really, that's basically it in the box, instruction, and all that. Let's just go now and conclude the review. I think you can guess what I'm probably going to say about the set. But anyway, let's just go and conclude the review then. Alright, so now, on to the conclusion of set. So, as I said, this set is very, very cool. I very much love it. It's one of the best sets of this line. And even though, I guess, for a lot of people, they would probably prefer the £35 price range, I think the minifigures, especially Inquisitor, do make up for it. So I'm very willing to pay that £40 price range. You know, I do not think it's bad at all. But yeah, really, overall, I'd say I'd give this 8.5 out of 10, I'd say. I was going to go for 9, but, you know, there are a few little things, but, you know, but no, I do very much like the set, and it is really, really cool. I do recommend it, you know, perhaps put it on your Christmas list, or whatever. Well, maybe not Christmas, but we've just had Christmas, or birthday list, whatever. So yeah, it's definitely worth the money, and at some point, I do recommend picking it up. I mean, I would recommend for this to wait till it goes on sale, but I'm not sure it will. Or, well, probably will at some point, but it's not one of those sets where you really think it's going to go on sale. I think this will sell pretty well, actually, you know, for the figure, for the set. Of course, AFOLs and those who aren't really into Star Wars Rebels won't know about the set, therefore maybe not buy it, but they may buy it for the figure, so who knows. And of course, if you really want to sell it, you can sell the minifigure separately, as I've said, because it will probably go for a lot of money. But anyway, so that's my review of the TIE Advanced Prototype. Notice the Inquisitor's name isn't in there, even though it's his fighter. Anyway, so that's my review of the TIE Advanced Prototype, set number 75082. If you enjoyed the review or found it helpful, please give it a like down below, because it shows me which reviews you like, which ones you don't, and what I can improve and all that. And please leave questions down below. I'm doing a Q&A right now when I reach 1,000 subscribers, which is really not that far away. It's kind of crazy. So please leave any question down there, and I will be sure to answer it. And of course, please subscribe to my main channel, and of course my alternative channel, for many more reviews. This is only like a 4th review. I've got like a whole bunch more on my bed. We've still got the ATDP, the Wookiee Gunship, so many other sets I've still got to go, and all that. But yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in another review. Highly recommend picking up the set, and all that, and yeah. Thank you for watching. Bye, troops. Hey troops, GeneralJSmith here, back with another LEGO Star Wars 2015 Winter's Set build and review. It's not build and review, I just built it. Hey troops, GeneralJSmith here, back with another LEGO Star Wars 2015, but I don't know what year it is. What is it, year is it? 2015 or something.